Here we have the new 2024 Ford Edge. Now this one comes in the SEL trim level with all-wheel drive in carbonized gray. And then we have Dune Active X interior. For the powertrain, we get a twin scroll turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, and that's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And not a lot of big changes as opposed to the 23 model year, but we're gonna check it out anyways. So as we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with our LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights. The fog lights aren't on yet, but when I cut the vehicle on, they'll come on. Love how they've done this the past few years since they got that refresh done. Just looks very good. We get the 18-inch silver painted wheels here, and those are aluminum. We get passive keyless entry on the front doors, power door lock controls, power windows, rear window lock, and then we also have our power mirror controls there. Blind spot monitors are in the side view mirrors. Traction control system, hood release. There's a release for the tilt, as well as telescoping steering wheel there. But there's the power driver seat. We do get 2-way power lumbar support. Love the Dune. Just a good color in my opinion, especially with this gray. But anyways, I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So I'm gonna sit behind myself in this back seat here. And a big shout out to Ford, Lincoln, and Franklin for allowing me to review this Edge today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But great space back here. My mother actually had the first Edge, I think in 2007, and then she had a 2011 model. And these were always just very practical, but very good looking because you could kind of fit your family in here if you wanted to without having to get something that looked like a mom car. So still the case here. We just have a lot more options than we did back in those times. 2 USB-C charge ports, a 110-volt 3-prong plug-in. I like that we have that there. 2 bottle holders in the middle seat. LED dome lights, reading lights, grab handle, and then we can hang a plastic hanger or a metal hanger hook there. Let's go ahead and make our way towards the back of the vehicle. So click here, easy fuel, of course. As we come around to the back end, we do get the LED tail lamps and a nice looking back end that looks pretty similar to the first model, I will say that. Dual exhaust there. And then with this one, have the power lift gate. Just hit that button and we can pull it up. But tons of room back here, absolutely tons of room. But this would be a 2-row SUV that drives the way it does, feels the way it does on the road. It's just impressive space back here, really throughout the entire vehicle. Now you can hit this and that'll power fold or power release the rear seats to fold down. Then we have the hooks integrated on the side as well if you want to hang a few bags. And then look underneath here, there's a spare tire. But again, a very practical SUV. Not, well, I guess it's still as practical as it was back in the day. But I mean, the fuel economy is still relatively good, especially with this quicker 2-liter 4-cylinder with the twin scroll. So we're getting 21 city, 28 highway. Just a quick look at the window sticker here. And then most importantly, the options that this one has, the convenience package and the heated steering wheel are a must, I think, especially to get it for this money, only $42,925. I mean, you're getting all-wheel drive, all these features here. Not a bad price in my opinion. Now with this front passenger seat, we only get the power seat bottom. The seat back is adjusted manually. 12-volt here, a little run-through pocket here, and then a lockable glove compartment here. Now as we come back around to the front, let's go ahead and take a quick look in the engine bay if I can find that release. Again, twin scroll 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, turbocharged, excuse me. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat and we'll start it up. Nice leather wrap steering wheel, feels very, very nice. Just a very quiet start up there. Interesting horn sound, not used to that in these. But to the radio here, we do get, we'll go to that later. We get AM, FM, XM, excuse me. And then we also have Bluetooth, wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility. And here we can go through our phone list, vehicle settings, general settings. We can change our units of measurement here. And then we have a few games on here as well. Put the audio on now, so within that I can adjust the sound, balance, fade, tone settings there. And then for the climate controls, we do get dual zone automatic climate, 3-stage heated front seats, and a heated steering wheel. Again, that's an option here for the driver. Then we can adjust fan speed here, and then the temperature here. And then we have 3 stages of auto too. And then we can also adjust that fan direction. Backup cameras there, guidelines follow you. You turn the steering wheel. You also have an indicator for your rear parking. And then we have a tune knob here. Hit this to pull up the camera on the fly. And then hazards are there. There's a wireless charging pad here, USB-A, USB-C charge port. Now this is part of that convenience package as well. And then for the shifter, reverse, neutral drive, then your sport mode is there. Electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage, excuse me. Auto stop toggles here. Center console cubby space, decent size. Pretty deep in there. There's a view of the back from up here. And then sunglasses holder. Home remote. Rear vanity mirror. Now back to the steering wheel. Blinkers are here. High beams can be toggled there, flash there. Lane keep system, turn that on or off there. And then we have our windshield wiper controls, one time, off, intermittent, low, high. We can adjust that intermittent sensitivity there. And then we have our rear wiper on the side here. So intermittent on and then off. Push back for that rear wiper fluid, pull up for the front. And then one thing I love about the Edges is since these have not had a true redesign, I think in a minute, you still have the option to scroll through your entertainment and phone on the right side with these arrows, and then all of your typical displays, including the fuel economy, driver assistance, your settings, all of that you can adjust on the left side here. But cruise control on, off, set, resume, cancel, volume, track list of radio station presets, excuse me, and then Bluetooth controls when you're in the phone menu, and then mute, voice recognition there. Push button start again. Key fob with remote start. And next, it's time to go ahead and take this 2024 Ford Edge SEL out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Edge, love having the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Definitely gets up. And then just having the all-wheel drive system is nice as well. It's a very, very quick SUV that has a lot of practicality to it in terms of the overall space you get, the overall driving ease, and then just the fuel economy. So most people that are getting these probably won't appreciate the pull you get in this as opposed to someone like myself, but I do like that, again, it still has a practical aspect to it, even though it's not necessarily an Edge ST. Now those are nuts, but this one, it's quick, but also, again, more of a practical choice in terms of price, fuel economy, etc. We'll give it a little pull here. So throttle response is good, and you don't have the choice of drive modes here, but it's still, I feel like the just standard drive mode is perfect here. If you put your foot down, you can get some pull, and if you let off the throttle, you get an efficient SUV. But I like this trim because it's under 43 grand, which is crazy to think that that's actually something. I think my mom's first Edge was like 28, 29 grand maybe. And of course that one was an SE, so it was a more basic trim, but still. Stuff's just more expensive than it used to be. But compared to other vehicles in the segment, I always think of the Chevy Blazer. I feel like this is a pretty good price point here. But I'm gonna give it a little pull getting on the interstate. We'll see how it does. So a nice pull here. So got up to speed very nicely. And the ride is actually really good. Road noise is a bit prevalent, but this stretch of interstate is very rough, so no surprises there. But I do think this is a pretty good option if you want something that has relatively good space. Let's say you have 2 kids and you just don't want a full-on minivan. Definitely shouldn't be disappointed with this new 2024 Ford Edge SEL with all-wheel drive.